If you've ever wanted to bottle up the feeling of a perfect sunny day and serve it in a glass, well, you are in the right place. Today, we are diving deep into the ultimate party starter, how to make absolutely perfect, vibrant sangria.
So let's just start with this. Why is sangria like the undisputed champion of party drinks? It's actually really simple. Think about it. Anytime you need to serve a whole bunch of people without playing bartender all night, this is your secret weapon. It is the perfect solution for pretty much any get-together, from a casual backyard barbecue to a big holiday dinner.
I love this quote because it just nails it, right? It's not just a drink. It really is an experience. It's colorful, it's loaded with fruit, and it just instantly makes everything feel a little more festive. That word vibrant is so key. It's practically a centerpiece for your table that you can also drink.
So, what's the magic formula here? Why does everyone love it so much? Well, for one, it's a total crowd pleaser. It's also super easy to customize to your own taste. It's light, it's refreshing, but you know what the real game changer is? Especially if you're hosting. You make it ahead of time. That means way less stress when your guests arrive. And let's be real, a big, beautiful pitcher of sangria just looks amazing.
Okay, are you convinced? I bet you are. So let's get down to it. Let's talk about your sangria toolkit, everything you're going to need to bring this Spanish classic right into your own home.
All right, let's break down the ingredients. At its heart, sangria is so wonderfully simple. You're going to start with a bottle of Spanish red wine. Something like a Tempranillo works great. Then we build those layers of flavor. A little bit of brandy adds some warmth, some orange liqueur gives it that citrusy punch, and then, of course, fresh orange juice. A little simple syrup for sweetness, and then our classic fruit combo: an orange, a lemon, and an apple. Oh, and some berries for color. We will top it off with some club soda, but that's our little secret for right at the end.
And you know what the best part is? You don't need any fancy bar equipment for this. Seriously, all you need are the basics you probably already have: a big pitcher, a cutting board, and a good knife, and a long spoon for stirring. That's it. It is that simple.
Okay, you've got your ingredients, you've got your tools. Now for the main event. Let's walk through, step by step, how we bring this beautiful drink to life. The whole thing really boils down to 6 easy steps. First, we prep our fruit, slice it all up. Then we give it a gentle muddle right in the pitcher. This part is super important for releasing all those delicious juices. Next, we pour in all our liquids, the wine, the brandy, the liqueur, give it a good stir. Now, step 4 is where the real magic happens, and we're going to talk more about that in a second. To finish it all off, you just add that fizz with club soda and serve it over a bunch of ice. See? Easy.
Okay, let's circle back to that all-important 4th step. If there is one thing you remember from this, let it be this: do not skip the chilling time. I'm serious. This isn't just about getting it cold. This is an infusion. This is where all those amazing flavors from the fruit get to know the wine, and the fruit soaks up all that boozy goodness. 2 hours is the absolute minimum, but letting it hang out in the fridge overnight, oh, that is the difference between good sangria and truly unforgettably great sangria.
So, now that you know how to make it, let's talk a little bit about where it came from. You know, every great drink has a story, and sangria's is pretty cool. So let's take a quick trip back in time to Spain to see how this all got started.
And let's start with the name itself. It's such an iconic word, right? But have you ever actually stopped and wondered where sangria comes from?
You gotta love how direct this is. The name comes from the Spanish word sangre, which literally means blood, and it's a straight-up reference to that iconic deep ruby red color of the classic version. A name that is just as vivid as the drink itself.
And this tells you everything about its humble beginnings. Sangria wasn't dreamed up in some fancy cocktail lounge. It was born out of pure practicality. It was a way for Spanish villagers to make their local wine go a little further and use up whatever fruit was in season. And from there, it just blossomed into the symbol of celebration and togetherness that we all know and love today.
Okay, you've got the recipe, you've got the history. Now let's get into the pro tips. In this last section, we're going to answer some of the most common questions people have, so you can really perfect your sangria game.
First up, probably the #1 question I get asked: does sangria always have to be made with red wine?
And the answer is absolutely not. A white sangria, or sangria blanca, is amazing, especially in the summer. The trick is just to use a nice, crisp, dry white wine. A Sauvignon Blanc is perfect, and then pair it with fruits that go well with it, like peaches, green apples, and grapes. So good.
Okay, but what if you're a traditionalist? You're sticking with red. Does the type of wine really make a difference? What should you be looking for?
So, while a Spanish red like a Tempranillo is the classic choice, the most important rule is just to pick something that's dry and fruity. The one thing you really want to avoid is a wine that's super tannic, that dry, puckering feeling you can get in your mouth, or anything that's really heavily oaked. Those flavors can just make the final drink taste a little harsh.
Here's another great question. What about the hard stuff? The brandy, the orange liqueur, are they absolutely essential?
And you'll be happy to hear that yes, you can totally leave them out. While those spirits definitely add some complexity and a nice warmth, your sangria will still be fantastic without them. It'll just be a little bit lighter, a bit more wine-forward. It's all about making it how you like it.
And finally, let's talk about serving it up. Presentation is everything. The perfect serve is all about the little details. A nice wheel of orange on the rim of the glass, maybe a sprig of fresh mint, and, this is super important, make sure every single glass gets a big scoop of that delicious wine-soaked fruit from the pitcher. I mean, that's half the fun of drinking it, right?
So there you have it. Everything you need to know to make incredible sangria. It's so much more than a recipe. It's an excuse to bring people together. Which leaves just one last question. What are you going to celebrate?